Hey everybody, this is Bill with Dine Drink Cruise. I talked to you a few days ago about my process of online check-in for the cruise that I'm taking in a couple of weeks, and I'm getting even more excited as we get closer to the cruise date. I just got an email from Carnival about what benefits I'll get for being in a suite, and I wanted to talk to you about those for just a minute. The email lists 5 different things, and the first is priority check-in. It says that I can check in 48 hours before most of the other guests on the ship, and that's great. Now, the problem is that I didn't get this email from Carnival until after that deadline had passed. That's not a huge deal, right? I already knew I had that benefit. Know you've got it. Just don't, sit around waiting on the email from Carnival before you decide to check in. But most passengers can check in 14 days before the cruise starts. You can check in 16 days before the cruise starts, along with Diamond and Platinum guests in the Carnival loyalty program, the very important Fun Person program. Now, also know that those 2 days in advance doesn't mean 16 days before the actual cruise departs. It means midnight of 16 days in midnight Miami time, which means I was able to check in at 11:01 or 11:02 p.m., 17 days before the cruise departs. But that's cool, right? You can check in before everybody else. What that means, principally, is that you can select your boarding time. So for me, it's a big deal to be able to get on the ship as early as possible. So I was able to select a 10 o'clock check-in time. A buddy of mine who's staying right across the hall has to check in a couple hours later, and that's not a huge deal. You know what? I paid for my cruise. I want to enjoy every last moment on the ship that I can. The second thing is that you're allowed priority check-in. So when you get to the pier, there should be a shorter check-in line, and maybe you board a few minutes earlier. I'll be honest, I'm not sure that that's a huge benefit right now, right? Because if you've got to show up with an arrival windows anyway, and those windows are pretty tightly controlled, that probably doesn't make that much of a difference. But I don't want lines on vacation, so that's a nice thing. The next is Stateroom Access. It says my stateroom will be ready when I board, and that's huge. Because obviously I check most of my luggage with the porters, right? But I hand carry some things on board. I hand carry a decent set of clothes for dinner that night. I hand carry a swimsuit in case I decide to use the swim facilities. Key medications, things like that. So that way I can drop those off as soon as I get to the ship and, just kind of get the vacation started by seeing my cabin. Now, I'm not going to abuse that privilege. My room steward is going to have other things to do. So I intend to use that by going and checking out the cabin very, very quickly, dropping my stuff off and leaving, where I've got other things to do. But yeah, being able to access the stateroom as soon as I board will be huge. So there's online check-in. You can check in 48 hours earlier to select your arrival appointment. There's priority check-in at the pier. There's stateroom access. And there's water shuttle priority. So one of the places we're visiting on this cruise is Belize. I've only been to Belize once before, and it was on a different cruise line, but still, because of how the coral formations are there, you can't pull right up to the cruise pier. You've got to use one of the tenders, and that can be a really long line when you're getting onto a little boat bobbing in the middle of the sea. I want to be able to select the time when I do that, because again, if this is going to be the second time I ever visited, and maybe the last, I want to be able to maximize my time on that port. So that's great, right? I will get some sort of water shuttle priority. Now, I don't know how big of a deal that will be, but I'll absolutely still take it. The final thing it lists is priority demarcation. I know I just said a couple minutes ago that I was really anxious to get on the cruise, and I am, but at the end of the cruise, when everything's over anyway, at some point, you got to go home, so it'd be nice to have some options for disembarkation. So, 5 benefits: online check-in, priority check, so you can select your arrival appointment, priority check-in at the pier, water shuttle priority, stateroom access as soon as you board, and priority disembarkation. Not a huge list of benefits, but it is cool. Now let me talk to you about the one thing that I don't notice on here. The one thing I don't notice on here is any sort of short line at guest services or priority line to that. And I'm obviously not expecting trouble on the cruise, but that'd be a really nice benefit that I would love to see Carnival add. Hey, if you've got some question about your account, whatever, here's who you can go to with, again, a little bit of a shorter line. I would like some sort of an ability to pay for that, which you can't do right now through Fast Food Fun either, as that program has currently been nixed for COVID reasons. The other thing, which on almost all ships Carnival just doesn't do, is there's not any sort of special space. like a VIP lounge, a suite lounge, anything like that. Now, because of the section that I'm in the family harbor section of the ship, I'll be able to access the family harbor lounge, and for that matter, their concierge. But that doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I'm in a suite. That has to do with the section of the ship that I'm staying in. So that's it. As of late June of 2022, those are the benefits for staying in a suite on Carnival. I will obviously update you during or after the cruise, let you know how it actually worked on board. And it's not huge, but you know what? It's a nice set of extra benefits which will help me enjoy my vacation. Hey, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I will absolutely be posting more as I'm on that ship and in the weeks after that I'm on that ship. But I'd love to hear what you think. Tell me what you think about the Carnival Suite benefits. Put it down in the comments section. Ask me any questions. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please support the channel by hitting like on this video and subscribing to us. You can also follow us under the name Dine Drink Travel on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or you can find our webpage at dinedrinktravel.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you take care and happy travels. Bye.